Central is starting. I can't wait.
Oh, there we are. We're live. Yeah, the May Central event.
Yeah. I think today was the first day.
So I heard insider information. Was today the first day or yesterday?
I thought it was today.
I don't know. I thought I had it on my big calendar. Well, what I heard is everything's going great, and that people are getting exactly what they wanted from the event. I'm like, yay! I wanted everybody that I know to go to the April event because my thought was they're gonna do it in March. They're gonna
work out the kinks.
That's right. Work out the kinks, and April's gonna be even better. But what I heard is March has been great. So I'm super excited to hear the details. I'm thinking it must be pretty good too, because I haven't heard from many of those people. You know, like Lindsay, and she, you know, she's always all over everything. She always finds time to talk about everything. She hasn't had a chance. Hannah, same thing.
That's awesome.
I know. All right. So we are today, Heather, thanks for coming on here and chatting with me about employee engagement. Right? So do you know why we wanted you on here for employee engagement?
Probably because I might be doing a pretty okay job.
Yeah, you do a really great job in a lot of ways, right? In a lot of different areas, a lot of different things that you do. You understand what kinds of things are engaging for employees. So
I think that's my high I though, isn't it?
So not necessarily, because you can be like a high I and you can be good at getting things out of people and getting things done through them, but you might not be good at engaging them still. Right. So it takes a little bit more than just the high I, but absolutely somebody with a high I's got a leg up, right? You got a high I or a high C, you bet on which one's going to do better.
Well,
you want to bet me? Yeah, right. We don't have to bet about that. We both know nobody's betting on the C over the I.
Right.
Yeah, it's not happening. All right. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about the different things that you do, but I'm going to do it in a little bit different context because one of the things that people struggle with is so this idea of matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy, right? And people really struggle to bring all of those things into the workplace. And this is really interesting. I was just on a one-on-one coaching call with a manager from the manager circle. And she was telling me how she doesn't really like her job. And I was like, oh, I hate hearing that. I don't want to hear from a manager in one of my circles that she doesn't really like her job. Right. And I was like, dang it. I was like, okay, well, fill me in. How long have you been in this job? And she's like, oh, about 5 years now. I said, okay, well, you're sticking around like at this job, but you don't really like it. And she's like, I don't really like it. I was like, then why do you stay there? She's like, well, I really like the company and I really like the owner and I really like, all of these things. And because she's in the managers group, it was really easy to pinpoint, matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy. And I said, so do you feel like you matter in the company? And she's like, oh yeah, they would struggle if they didn't have me here. And I'm like, absolutely. We both know that. Is there any kind of meaning? She's like, absolutely. Because I love my customers. I love the employees and helping them and being able to figure stuff out. And we really do make everybody's lives better. Like it's crazy the stuff that we do. She just on and on telling me. I was like, okay, I'm going to cut you off here. What kind of measures do they have in your business? And she starts telling me all the different, well, we measure quality and we also measure how often we have to skip somebody or bump their service. We measure this, we measure that. I'm like, so lots of measures. Oh yeah. And how do you do in your company? She's like, oh, I'm really good at my job. I said, all right. And then how about autonomy? Do you have an exact schedule? You have to do it in an exact way, somebody else's way. She's like, oh no, I have to get my job done, but I have lots of flexibility into how I can do it. I said, so you don't like your job, but you don't like your job, but you matter. There's meaning in the work that you do. There's good measurements. There's autonomy. And when you plan on leaving, she said, oh, I'm not leaving. You're not leaving this job that you don't like. Oh no, I'm never leaving this job. So my point is, the reason why I want to talk about matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy all the time is because it can overcome even somebody not liking their job, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
somebody who's been in her job 5 years telling me she's not leaving this job.
Wow.
Does she like the actual work that she does? No. But does she like her job? She loves her job. She just doesn't like the work that she does. When we broke down, yeah, it's crazy. Like, will anybody see this? No. Like, we broke down like the ratings. She doesn't like any aspect of her job more than a 2.5, except for 2 things on her job description. Interesting, right?
100%. I mean, I never even really like pieced those two things together. I
Yeah.
thought if you had all of those, then you're
Then they'll
happy.
like their job. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, they might not. They will be happy because remember, she is happy. She's keeping her job. She's happy with the job. She just doesn't like the work that she does.
Yeah.
That's the power of matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy, which is why I love what you do. Because when you bring all 4 of those, you can't have 3, you can't have 2, right? Can't have 1, gotta have all 4. But when you can bring all 4, it works for people. People get it. And I know that you do a lot of these things. So I was hoping that you would share some specifics because people struggle with this. Like some of the different, like, I don't know how to do it. So talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you know that work really well. And we're going to try and label them, Heather, like matter, meaning, measure, or autonomy, or maybe all 4 within that thing, or
God, what do we do well? Like putting me on the spot. I didn't think about these things.
yeah, you know, you do a ton well.
Like for me, we have an office and everybody comes to the office. So I know a lot of people, especially these days, are running solos. Just not that's not our model. So for me and my company, it's very important that somebody is here to say hello to them and to greet them in the morning, and to be here when they come back at the end of the day and to say
Why?
goodbye.
Why is that important to you?
I think it's because I want them to know that I care and that I'm here for them and that somebody's here for them.
Even if you're not the one, right? You want them to feel like somebody cares about them.
Yeah. And if I'm here in the morning, we have office dogs and we have a puppy, and everybody says like coming back or coming in the morning is like the best part of their day is seeing the dog.
Feels,
So
yeah,
yeah,
feels good.
yeah.
So would you say that this idea that you have, you're bringing this, I'm going to use the word culture, even though I think that word is way overused, right? Do you think that you bring a culture of like family togetherness, caring
We
into,
actually sell that. That's what we sell when we do our Indeed ads is the family atmosphere because we're family owned and operated and we want them to feel like part of the family.
you want them to feel that way,
Mhm.
right? And it's
And
not just,
employee.
yeah, it's not just words. All right. And so you bring people in. Would you call that feeling of family? Would you call that matter, meaning, measure, or autonomy?
Oh God, I always get the two M's mixed up, but it's one of the M's.
All right. So, and I'm going to help you with that right now. So the first M is about individual, one person, matter.
Meaning. See, I always get them mixed up in which order.
And
So
this
matter, M-A. Okay, I can understand.
they're in alphabetical order,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the first one, matter, is about individual, making each individual person feel like they matter to the company.
Mhm.
Right? So this one thing. The second one is meaning, that there's meaning in what we all do, who we are and what we do. There's meaning in that it's important, and how we do it, what we do, these things, there's some big meaning in that. Hello. Oh my gosh. Filthy Bucket. I forgot your name. Starts with an M, right? Is that right? Remind me of your name again. Don't you love that name of a company, Heather? The Filthy Bucket. You never forget it.
I think that's awesome.
I know, right? You are never forgetting the name of that company.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, but you got to give us your name again. I forgot already. I'm sorry. 1 week. See, just 1 week and I forget.
I mean, I'm thinking like the graphics on the vans and everything could be so much fun.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I didn't just think of so many. Whitney, the upside down M. All right, Whitney. Thank you. I'll remember next time. All right. So, Heather, we're talking about this morning thing that you do, bring people in. Also, the end of the day, having somebody meet them at the door and have the dogs and have this family environment. Would you call that matter, meaning, measure, or autonomy?
I think meaning.
I think so too, right?
Yeah.
You're bringing the meaning of family to life, right? This is what being kind of in a family is like. And when I come home from work, I want someone to meet me at the door and say, "Hi, mom," right? "Hi, honey," whatever. So you're kind of bringing that to life. This meaning of family, what it means to be part of a family. Do you find, Heather, that some of your people that work for you don't have strong family lives, and so this contributes?
100%.
So come into your job, bring something to them that they may not have had before.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Very
how
much.
could you, like in your situation, how could it be matter for some individual people? Can you see how that same thing could be matter?
Yes.
Some of your people that come in don't have family, haven't experienced family. And someone just talking directly to them saying, "Hey, Heather, how was your day?" Can you see how now
Makes
it
a big
feels
difference.
individual? And it makes it feel individual to them, right? Because that's the whole greeting thing when they come in and talking to them. That's an individual thing, one on one, then, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I haven't been there in the
No, it
morning.
is. It totally is. I mean, there might be 2 people coming in the door at once, but, the
Of
door is
course.
right by my office, so it's,
And it's not every single day. It doesn't have to be every single day a one-on-one conversation. That's not what you're trying to create, right? So when I come home from work, I don't expect that someone's standing at the door every single day saying, "Hi, mom." It doesn't have to happen every day. It just has to happen enough that I feel.
and you know what? Sometimes they'll share, I wanna say more intimate things with me in the morning, if something's going on or if I can, like, hear something in their voice, like, "Hey, what's going on?" Or if I knew their daughter was sick or something,
Yeah.
then I'd say, "Hey, how's Susie doing?" And then they really start opening up.
Why? What's that called?
Matter.
That's right. They feel like they personally,
Mhm.
their situation, Susie, their individual situation matters to you.
Yeah.
Who they are as a human being matters to you. Their lives outside of one organized mom matters. So meaning is more about one organized mom, and matter is more about the people,
Right.
about the individual. So your morning thing that you do, right, and your evening thing, it hits both of those, matter and meaning, right? I don't know that it hits any measurements. Does it hit any measurements in the
No,
morning?
I don't think so.
Not so much. How about autonomy? Does it hit any autonomy?
I don't think so.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. And the reason why I think there's an autonomy piece is whoever is meeting people and talking, can't they do it any way they want?
Yeah.
They want. Yeah. Just connect, make a connection, talk, build relationships. And probably I'm guessing there's some parameters like no negativity. Don't be yelling at anybody. Don't be telling anybody what
No,
they're doing wrong. Right. I'm guessing,
no,
knowing
no,
you, I
no.
know. Right. So there is some autonomy there.
You can come in and complain to me or anything about your personal life, just not about work. Then you have to go to your
Okay.
supervisor for that.
All right. And what about you? Are you going to complain to them about anything?
No.
No, no. So that's kind of a little bit of a parameter you have on the people that work in the office. Like don't push negativity down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We don't really have a lot of negativity, I have to say. I mean, I'm sure if you ask the staff,
Oh,
they'll
why
say something
though? Oh,
different.
why?
We really have done a really good job about keeping out a lot of the drama, but we like hammer that in right day, when they're here for the interview.
And Heather, you and I both know that doesn't happen organically.
Oh
If
no,
you work at it,
mhm,
you
yeah,
make that happen.
yeah,
Right. Right. So again, part of how you're making that happen is in this environment that you are creating, this meaningful environment that you're creating for people, right? All right, so that's mornings, and we've talked about, now we've got some matter in the morning, we've got some meaning, and we've also got some autonomy, not a ton, but a little bit. All right, what's another thing that you do?
Another thing we do, would doing breakfast be another one. So we used to do weekly breakfast, and it was not a very good feeling anymore. I felt like it was more entitled, and then they would complain that we didn't have the right things. So we decided to rotate who does breakfast. So one Wednesday it'll be the office staff, and the next Wednesday it'll be the field staff. So I love it. I love that people bring in stuff, and sometimes they'll make it, and sometimes they won't. They'll pick it up on the way to work. It doesn't have to be expensive,
Yeah.
but you're like writing breakfast for the whole family.
So that's right. That's what I was saying, right? You're providing breakfast for the family. When mom does all the cooking, isn't there a lot of complaining?
Yep.
I don't want to eat that. Why do we have to have this again? Haven't we had this? Right. So here you are thinking that you're doing this great thing, and this can backfire on people. So I don't know if any of our other people that are in.
There's a lot of people, because a lot of people have said the same thing to me, and, this has really worked. I think it's worked out great.
Me too.
Now, I might still have to make breakfast every, other week or whatever. If somebody doesn't sign up, I still, will do it, but, it's worked out really
But
well.
why is that different, Heather? Tell everybody why it's different when you sign up and you fill in periodically.
No, I just meant for me having to do it every week.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm agreeing. The reason why it works way better is because it's not an expectation.
Mhm.
It's not that, yeah, but you're supposed to be doing it. Now, when you do it, it's you're contributing to the meaning in the company. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to do it now. Otherwise, it just is like, well, you're supposed to be cooking us breakfast, like the mom, right? All right. So good. I love the way that you have your, I rail against people that they think they're doing this great thing. I provide breakfast every morning or every Friday. You have to do that so carefully, or it will backfire exactly the way you did. Now, here's another way. I love the way you did it, Heather. But another way to do that, if you want to cook like Paul Freed, he cooks for his people. All right. So there's some ways that you can do that. One is you have to make a big deal about it every single time, how it's a big deal. No building or office. We'll talk a little bit about that today too, Patricia, but not as much. I said Patricia, I never call her Patricia, Trisha, but not as much today because Heather does have an office. We do have other guests this month though, that will be talking more to that. But another way to connect with or to make your morning breakfast meaningful is to attach them to a person. So today, next Monday, I'm making breakfast. I'm making breakfast for Heather. I'm making breakfast for Heather because she did this, and this. Heather, what do you want for breakfast?
Mm.
Right? So I'm going to make you that. Here are your options. I'm not good at everything.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because I can't, yeah.
I'm not good
Okay,
at
I
it.
like that. I like calling out somebody, yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you.
You can grab another little a matter piece in there. Show somebody that they matter, right? Anytime you can find ways to tweak what you're already doing, add a little matter, add a little meaning, add a little measurement, add a little autonomy, right? So we're getting a little bit of both of those things there. Could
We
we
also, when it's somebody has made breakfast, we make a big deal out of it and thanking them and putting it on our Slack
Yes.
channel and saying, giving a shout out to
Yeah.
Samina who brought in bagels today. We celebrate birthdays and anniversaries.
Oh, nice. Okay. Tell us about birthdays and anniversaries. What do they do? Are they for matter, meaning, measure, or autonomy?
Well, the birthdays I think would be for meaning and matter, because
Okay.
we used to do a birthday cake a long time ago. Then COVID hit, and then we didn't want to do birthday cakes, and then we did cupcakes, and then we realized that the cupcakes always went home with the same people because people weren't eating them. So then we now go out and get we did change it to getting a gourmet cupcake of their favorite flavor, and then a helium balloon, and then we decorate the warehouse.
Nice.
Now we're going back to, we have this, our awesome employee board that we have. We
Yes.
change it up in what it
Talk about
says.
that. Don't let
Yes,
me
and
do
it's
that. I'm a
their
rank.
sheet. Okay, their sheets all about me, and then we have their picture hung up with their birthdays and anniversaries. And one of the questions we ask is, "What's your favorite cake?" So now we will go order their favorite cake for their birthday, but we don't eat it here. We give it to them to take home and to celebrate their birthday with their families
Oh,
because
nice.
we're the moms, and who's gonna make us a cake?
Nice. I love that I agree, Heather. You've got matter. I'm showing you that you matter. I'm getting your favorite cake. I'm making sure that you have it. And I'm showing you meaning, meaning my whole family meaning that I'm bringing to my company. If I was your company, right? The meaning of family. It's more important that you share this cake with your family because
Yeah.
that's what this company is all about.
Yep.
Love that so much. I
I'm
love it.
gonna tell you one other thing that we've done. We've done it now twice, and we've ordered pizzas for everybody in their family. So, like, on a Friday, like, one week, they were crushing it with overtime, like, 3 or
Mhm.
4 weeks in a row, maybe 3 or 4 months in a row, I don't remember.
Okay.
But we just said, "Okay, we're gonna order pizzas. How many pizzas do you need for your family, and what do you want on it?" And then we had it delivered in twice throughout the afternoon on the different shifts that when people were coming back. They loved it.
Yes.
And, we did it again for Employee Appreciation Week, so that was a huge hit.
Yes. We have
And then I
done.
get pictures on the Slack with the family eating dinner. Um,
Oh, better. I love that. So
yeah,
that is tagging into the meaning better. So
mhm,
the pieces themselves are hitting more on the matter piece, right? Like you guys matter to me. This is why I did this. As long as you don't do it too often, and as long as it's a surprise, right? You read Drive, you know it's important that you not be doing that too often or on a regular basis. But as a surprise, that's amazing. All right, and I also love that you're getting the extra juice out of the Slack channels. Do you ask for that or do they do it automatically?
they do it automatically. We
What
have a
does
new
that tell you?
that they love it.
That's right.
Yeah, that the fact that they're posting their family pictures, it melts my heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because that's what your company is about. That's where the meaning is in your company. It's around family, right?
We had a training meeting with all of our trainers one evening. It went into well into the evening. They knew it. It was planned.
Is this the one with Kaya, where Kaya was leading?
Mhm, yeah, and we bought everybody a $75 gift card to take their family out to dinner to thank them for letting mom work late that night.
Nice.
So, just
Nice.
little things, and I like to take the credit for it, but it's my team.
Yeah. All right. So I also want to point out real quick here for anybody that has like a smaller company, you hear somebody talking, especially Heather has a large company. So she says, oh, just little things. But I know that to smaller companies, it's not a little thing to buy pizzas for everybody's family. It's
Okay,
hold on, let me finish. Uh, will you remember or should I wait?
you go ahead.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, yep.
It's also not a little thing to buy $75 gift certificates. And it's not a little thing to do breakfast every week. I know that some of these things sound like those aren't little things. That's big. I can't afford those things. Keep in mind that this is a big company doing it. There's a small company version too. You don't have to give $75 gift certificates. You know what else works? Believe it or not, works just as well. A picture of her kids, giving her a picture of of their kids. Great. I'm glad you're getting some good ideas, Whitney. Heather has a million. Hey, Denise. Oh,
I'm
Heather's
gonna tell you about cheap stuff, Liz. I have these $5 gift cards for Dunkin' Donuts. We have Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, so whenever we need something, it's $5. This right, and I know $5 is a lot. This I love this. This is like my
Oh my
favorite
gosh, I
thing.
love these too.
So this is you get this cup on day one because on day one you do orientation in the office and you might need to have a drink.
Yes.
So this costs $1.27 at the dollar store. We did this template through Canva, and all I have to do is change the name every time somebody starts, and you know how these work, like the kids do them. And then on the inside, we have little. Again, these are really cheap. We did not spend a lot of money. We designed them through Canva, and they cost nothing. Handwritten letter from me welcoming them to the family, and just a little love note, and that's what they get on day one.
And so I'm going to give you the cheaper version for those of you that are like, that is expensive. I didn't get paid last week. Some people on here are not getting paid yet, right? And we've all been there where we're like, how am I going to make payroll? Oh my gosh, I can't afford cups and paper. I can't do that. But you know what you can afford is a pen and a white piece of paper with a personalized note that just says, hey, Denise, I'm glad you're working here. I'm looking forward to working together with you for a long time. Heather, come talk to me if you ever have any questions. Heather, you can afford that. So always in our businesses, we've got more time, we've got more money, right? We rarely have time and money at the same times until we get to a certain point. And even then, we start spending all our money and now we need money again, or we start spending all our time and now we need time again. So rarely do we have both at the same time. For small companies or companies that don't want to spend money, you don't have to. The examples that Heather just gave, yeah, they're ridiculously cute and they fit her branding, and yeah, you want them, but you can get the same results without all the cuteness. You don't have to have the flash because it's the meaning behind what she's doing. I mean, I do love that you put their individual name on the cup too, Heather. That's what makes it. Also, just to clarify, a cup all by itself, all right, it says one organized mom on it, and it's a cup, and it doesn't have the person's individual name. Where does it hit? Matter, meaning, measure, or autonomy?
I don't think it really hits anything.
It doesn't. So a lot of times we're buying things and we're giving things out and we're giving people things that don't hit any of the 4 core needs for an employee to feel good about their job and to be engaged. Stop wasting your money on those things and start writing yourself some notes, right? Start having a conversation with people. All right.
Do you know what we did one time for breakfast, Liz, and it cost nothing because we've not always had money either?
Yeah.
Pancakes. You buy a thing of pancake mix, it's like nothing in syrup. You need nothing.
Yeah.
But I think like what they loved the most, my staff, was I was doing it for them. They saw me do it. They saw me make a mess and they knew I had to clean up.
Yeah. And they do like that too.
They do.
And you know what you could also do? Okay, Heather, I'm making you a pancake. What do you want? What kind of shape?
Yeah, try that. That doesn't work very well.
They're all going to look like blob. They don't care. They see you trying to make them a dinosaur. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I did hearts one Valentine's Day. It was a huge mess, but you know, they look like a heart kind of.
They know that you tried to make them hearts. That's
right.
What matters. So it's more about how we're making people feel. Matter is about how we're making people feel. Meaning is also about how they feel about their job. You're hitting the feels of people, which is why it seems hard. But there are some strategies that you can use, right? So we're talking about some different things that you can do. All right, what else do you do, Heather? Let's talk about your board right now. Are you on your computer?
I am.
That's okay. I love that board. I wonder if you could pull us up on your phone. You got the link on Messenger.
I can. I'm multi-talented. I can do other things than just make pancakes.
I do know that about you. All right. I'm going to tell the audience here about your board that haven't ever seen it before. So Heather's board hits on everything. Hits on matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy, which is the thing that I love about it. Anything that you can find in your company where you can be bringing matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy all in one thing, that is the biggest win. You want to do that and get away. If you have something that you can do that brings matter, meaning, measure, autonomy, do that instead of $100 gift card. I promise you'll get more bang for your buck from that than anything that has to do with money. All right. So are you getting it, Heather?
I can't copy and paste it, that I have to actually type it all out. So bear with me for just a second. It's okay.
Did she send it to you on the computer?
It's through Facebook. So I just can't copy and paste that one section out.
Okay.
And of course it has all these crazy codes in here.
All right. I also want to talk about a couple of other things while you're doing that, Heather. So another thing that Heather does really well, I think, she was not good at this before. I hope I'm not sharing any like bad secrets.
Okay.
Love her board. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she's going to get us some pictures. One of the things that she was not good at before was autonomy. Heather struggled. I didn't know what it meant. Yeah, you didn't know what it meant. You for sure didn't know how to do it. You were a micromanager to the extreme, and you did not know how to provide autonomy. So for those of you that don't know what autonomy is, you've heard it, you kind of have a gist of it. All that autonomy is when you allow people to bring who they are to your job. Hold on, my cat is standing in a plant over here.
Liz, it's funny that you said that because my ops manager, Kai, and I were having a conversation today, and I said, let me tell you, you would not have liked working for Heather 2 years ago.
Yeah, you were a hard, it was harder to work for you.
Yeah.
But you, I mean, I say this all the time. You are one of those people, you and, oh gosh, what is her name? I can't, Ashley Matuska, right? You and Ashley Matuska are the two people in my mind that if we talk about taking an idea and implementing an actual, like a new way of doing things, you two rock the planet. When you came back from Foundations, I was so blown away by how much you learned and then implemented. People struggle to implement. I mean, you completely changed not just how you ran your business, also how you thought. You changed your mindset. You went from a small business mindset to a large business mindset.
That took a little bit longer than everything else, though.
Yeah. And still working on it, right?
Yeah.
And we all still, right? We all struggle, but you really did a huge change there. And especially the autonomy piece. I mean, it was easy for you to bring matter, meaning, measure in. That came kind of naturally to you, but the autonomy piece really was a little bit more of a struggle. Hey, Trisha, you too, yeah. All right. So autonomy, for those of you that don't know, don't have a clear understanding of it, is how can you let people bring who they are to the job, which means they get to do some of the things their way, the ways that work for them, and they have a say in part of what and what's going to happen. And part of it is directly related to them and their ideas, not what you've just told them to do and doing it exactly your way. So Kaya is a really good example of that, right? Like your training thing. She did your training presentation that you were talking about. She was ridiculously nervous about that. She's stressed out and rocked it, right? She completely rocked it. And it built her confidence, which made her a better employee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Autonomy is powerful. All right. Did you get it?
I did.
All right.
Although I have to go to silence on one because I can hear the echo already. So I think you have to just allow me in.
All right. Let's see. I don't see you over here. I'm trying to get in.
Check your camera, Mike. Oh, sorry.
There we go. There you are. Oh, that's so.
Oh, two Heathers. Is the world ready?
Yeah. All right. Did you mute? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I do apologize. We do still have some people here. So hang on one sec.
Great.
How do I change the camera? Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Nope. That's not going to work.
You can just spin your phone.
Okay.
If you can't figure out how to.
There's Kaya.
Hi, Kaya.
Okay. Can you
Tell
see
her
this
hi.
okay?
Tell Kaya hi.
Can you see this okay?
Yes.
Okay. So this is our board, and this is all of our people are on this board, and it has information all about them. It has things I want everybody to know about me, my position here, how long I've been in this position, my family, I excel at, my favorite color, and my favorite kind of cake. And then it says my goal role at One Organized Mom is, because I want them to look towards the future. And then this is just another little blurb, something people don't know about me. So this is just a little extra that we want to know about them. So it was really cool doing this board and just finding out things about them. Now, Liz, I don't think you've seen it since it's looked like that.
I haven't. I saw it before it had the blue thing, when you just had the red and white and the pink.
Yeah, so we change it out very often. I think this is what the fourth way you've seen it. Just
I've seen it a lot of different
bored
ways.
of it, and we want to change it up and make it look fresh.
Now, this is the other part. This is the other board. And this is just bulletin boards on a door, actually, in red and blue, because those are our signature colors. And this is where the measure comes in. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah.
So several years ago, we decided to build more roles within our company out in the field because we were getting the feedback from people that they left their job because there was no room for advancement. So we wanted more chances of advancement. So we built all of these. I don't know if you can see them. All of these are field positions.
Nice.
And we want them to advance up, and then they get more raises and more money.
Can you read us one of those? Give everybody an idea of what one of them looks like.
Yeah. So this is, sorry, I'm trying to do this. This camera looks really bad. This is the cleaning tech. This is what they come in at.
Okay.
This is a senior cleaning tech. This is a
team.
team.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. This is a team coach. We did not like team leader. That was just too much, and we did away with that. So we did team coach, and then senior team coach, trainer, senior trainer, and we're missing one. I believe this is quality control. The other one is a field supervisor. Okay. So, well, yeah, I'm sorry.
Read us one of them so we have an idea what's on one.
Oh, so this is just a little snippet, and it tells them what money they can make, who they can report to, the basic functions. So let's go to team coach. To lead a cleaning team on a daily basis and cleaning clients' houses according to OM's policies, procedures. Manage, motivate, encourage staff in order to build team unity. Like that would be our team coach. And then when you get to the senior one, it's like their next level before they get promoted up to the next tier.
Okay. So do they have to go through each one of these, or can they jump one and go to another one? Do you have
That's a great question. I'm not too sure if people have jumped or not. I'm going to assume they probably have jumped, but I don't think that they do. We usually take them through that funnel.
I'm thinking they would have to jump at least somewhat they might not be all of those positions before they're a trainer.
Yeah, but you're going to want to be, right? Because you're going to need a lot of information. So that's what I'm saying. I'm sure we've had somebody come in and fast track up it. Yeah. That's why I'm not recalling that.
But the majority of the time they go through all of these different positions.
Yeah.
So if they're seeing a position that's down at the bottom, or I guess it's at the bottom of your thing, but it's at the top of the company, then they would be looking forward to that and be working toward that and have some engagement toward that thing, right?
Right. Yeah. The other thing that's on, well, we have lots of things, but this one thing in particular, sorry, I know this camera's terrible. So we do a raise at 30 days, 90 days, and every 6 months, as well as these promotions. Okay. So the 30-day eval is posted here, so people know exactly what's expected of them and how to get that money. And then at 90 days and every 6 months, and then when you become a senior staff, then you're evaluated a different way. Okay. Things on here are like their scorecards. They have to have 3 field tests. They do a quiz. If you have a call out, you get deducted. If you're late, you get deducted. If your productivity goes above or below, if you fail a van inspection, if you have any redos or failed inspections or free cleanings or loss of a client, all of these are points, and then the point system. Now, the field tests, this is how they're graded. Again, it's laid out like this so they can see what they're going to be graded on. So nothing is a surprise. And I'm sorry, that's my phone ringing in my office. Kaya, could you grab that so it stops ringing, please? Sorry, it's after 5. We don't answer the phone after 5. So everything is laid out here to be very transparent. That's a really big word that I use a lot, starting at the interviewing stage, because I want to be very transparent. I want them to understand, what's expected of them and how they're able to advance up.
Heather, do you mind giving us a picture to share of your boards?
Sure. Hey.
Great. I'll share them in this stream.
Oh, JJ, come back here really quick. We're on a live call. So this is JJ. JJ is not the oldest person here, but she's the staff member that's been here the longest.
Hi.
JJ, how long have you been here for?
8 years.
8 years.
Oh, nice.
Almost.
It'll be 9 in August. And JJ, tell everybody about the shirt you have on.
This was for 3 years? Oh, my bad. 5 years.
That's cute.
Organized Mom and JJ on it.
Nice. I love it.
And why
So-
is it red?
Because it's my favorite color. And this
Ah,
is my favorite.
nice.
And a tool belt with her name on it.
Very nice. Very nice. I love
Thanks,
that.
JJ.
Oh, that's nice. So Heather, does everybody that works for your company for 5 years get a shirt with their name on it?
At 5 years, you get 5 shirts. Yes.
Nice. And I'm guessing that the other shirts don't have their names on them, right?
Correct. They're all navy. Yes. And I'm going to show you one more thing too. At 1 year, everybody gets a hot pink shirt and hot pink because it's my favorite color.
Yeah.
And that's what it looks like.
What does it say?
My superpower is house cleaning. What's yours?
Oh, that's cute. That's really, really cute.
Yeah. So you get to wear them on Friday.
You get to wear the pink ones on Friday. About the house cleaning with the superpower. Okay. Are they more comfortable?
No, they're just hot pink.
Awesome. All right. And JJ, she got to have a red shirt because red's her favorite color, but it's also one organized mom color. What if her favorite color was purple? Would she still get it? Oh, you can't hear me. I mean, I can't hear you.
I think I'm gonna
Hang up. Hang up your phone. There we go.
Yes, you actually get to pick the color, whatever color you want.
Nice. All right. And so do they will, everybody in your company then, I'm guessing, is wearing different colored shirts.
I'm so sorry. What did you say? What was the question?
I said, so then I guess everybody in your company is wearing different colored shirts.
Nope. She's the only one that has it because you have to be here for 5 years.
I forgot about that piece. Yeah, I forgot about that piece. Okay.
We have another one that will be approaching 5 years this summer, and her favorite color is red as well.
Oh, wow. So it's going to end up being that, it's going to look like that 5-year thing is red. When
Right.
It's not. Cool.
Well, let me tell you though, the hot pink though is so much fun because people who are new, they're like, wait, what's this hot pink? Bye, JJ. Thank you. You too, love. Sorry.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what's this hot pink? I want a hot pink shirt. How can I get one? And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you have to be here for a year to get a hot pink shirt.
Okay, so a year for the hot pink shirt. All right, that sounds good. So I can see how that. So a lot of times people will think that that is going to be an incentive. It's not. It's not going to incentivize. Nobody's going to stay at your company so that they get a hot pink shirt. That's never happening. But people like status, and so when they have the hot pink shirt, once they have it, it is harder to leave your job. Believe it or not, it's harder for people to leave that hot pink shirt or that red shirt. Anything that is showing people that I matter, that I am important. And my measurement is, I've been here. You can see my measurement right here. I measure up, right? So people do love that. It's great with the measure too. All right. Anybody have any questions for Heather while she's on here today? If you do, post them in the comments and we'll get that to her. What else do you think that you do over there, Heather, that you really like, that you think contributes to your matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy in your company?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think that's a lot. I can't think of anything.
It is a lot. So that's the showy stuff, right? You have a lot of really showy stuff, but you have other stuff that I think you do really well too. That is very showy.
We put our employees first about the clients.
Yeah. And how does that play out? What does that look like? Like how would you put an employee first? Give me an example.
So we were having a problem with everybody getting to work on time. I don't know, recently everybody kept being late, taking their kids to school. So we pushed back our whole entire company start time by 15 minutes.
Okay. Did that work? Is everybody on time now?
No, some people are still late.
Yeah. Some people are late.
Easier for us because our start time is 7:45, so it was just easier at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So how does that tie into matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy?
Well, I think it's because we talk about, how we're doing it and the reasons why we're doing the things that we do.
And does it feel to the employees like they had a say in it? Like it's for them?
I don't know if I would say yes to that. I don't think so.
So it's an opportunity.
Because they didn't really have a say.
So it's an opportunity for you, right? So to be able to add a little bit more next time that you're going to make a change like that, you can add a little piece in by giving them a little bit of say in it. Controlled say, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. See, you see this flower that keeps coming down?
I thought you were cleaning something.
Yeah, it's a flower. It's a peace lily, and my cat keeps crawling
Swatting it.
through my plant. Yeah, awesome cat. Yeah.
So Liz, it's funny that you bring this up because last Friday we were doing role playing, and it really struck a chord in me about making them be part of the solution. And it doesn't matter in anything,
Yes.
whether it's a big deal or it's a small deal, but letting people have, be part of the solution. It's tricky.
It is tricky. And that's our autonomy piece, right? But they don't have to do everything. We don't have to let them be in charge of everything. We just want them to have a piece. A lot of times I'll get pushback when I talk about autonomy because people will say things like, no, they need to clean exactly the same way every single time, no matter what, period. They need to do it my way, in your case, like the one organized mom way. And I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't or that you shouldn't do that. I'm saying find places that you can add autonomy. And there are a few places. Let's see, I had some ideas here that I was going to write down, and now I can't find it. Or I thought I could. I will find it in a second here, and I'll give you guys this information. But what else do you guys do that is small that is not showy, Heather? You have any ideas? People love it when you put them on the spot like this and don't give them a heads up.
So. No, I don't think so. I don't think that people love it too much, Liz. I think you might be wrong. Liz Trotter is wrong.
Are you sure? Are you sure they don't love it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not thinking they love it either. Okay. But
something that we do to bring in those things that are not showy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You do stuff, Heather.
I'm sure that I do. I just can't think of anything.
Well, one of the things that you do, as an example, is you do talk to people about themselves, what's going on with them. You gave an example earlier. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to give you an example of something that's not showy, right? So somebody wants to talk to you about a big problem that they're having. How do we put Liz in the hot seat? Good luck. I'm slippery.
Yes, you are.
I'm in the hot seat every WWLD. What are you talking about? Every Tuesday at 2:00 Pacific, I'm in the hot seat. People ask me questions ad hoc, and I answer them on the spot. So I think I'm in the hot seat every Tuesday. All right. So if somebody has a problem, you bring them into your office and you talk to them about their personal problem one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Do you know what a big deal that is for people?
I mean, no, I guess I never really thought about it like that before. And listen, I'm always talking about their problems, right? And I try to expose myself as being human and not just being the boss. So on those things that people don't know about me, do you know what I put on mine? You know what I'm going to say too, Liz. You're gonna, yes, I wrote on there that I didn't graduate high school.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wanted them to see that what you can do and not let, the negative thoughts hold you back from anything. And I really thought about like how I can look more human to my staff. And people were reading that like, what? Really? Yeah.
How's that possible? And sending such an amazing message for people, right? The message that you're sending there is you can be who you want to be, right? You come to work for this company and we can make things happen.
Yeah. And listen, not everybody worked here that, I came to work every day without teeth in my head, so I mean, I understand that, but the people who work here, like, understand that that's who I am.
You might have to explain that.
Yeah. I had to have my
we were talking about you earlier. Did you hear us? Were your ears burning? Do you hear us talking about you? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. We love you, Paul. There's no way we cannot talk about you. All right, I'm looking for my notes here, and I can't find them. I had something I wanted to share, and I can't pull it up in my memory banks right now. So I was hoping I would be. They always burn.
Listen, I just want to.
Talking about they always burn. We have no idea what you're talking about. Heather's got the deer in the headlights look, and so do I. So
Love you though, Paul. I love him.
yeah, we love you, but we have no idea what you're talking about. You're gonna have to clarify. Dang, Paul, that is a nice profile picture too. Oh, his ears always burn. Yeah. Good job, Linda. Yeah, she's on it. Yeah, they should be burning. We were talking about you. We do talk about you a lot on here, actually. All right. So that's what I was talking about, Heather. What kinds of little things do you do like that are not showy? This thing that I'm going to bring up next, it's not really little, but it's not showy. Can you think of anything?
No, but go ahead.
All right. Your evaluations.
Okay.
Yeah. So do they bring matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy to the job?
Oh, I think it brings all.
All four. So what's more important?
Out of all four of them?
No, what's more important, breakfast or evaluation?
Yeah.
Funny, we always want to talk about the showy stuff.
You're right. Totally. Oh, now my brain's going to be going like crazy here.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. We always want to talk about the showy stuff because it's so cool. And it's easy. Easy-ish, right? Like we can all create that board. We know how to do that. It seems kind of easy. Oh, I'll just pick my own colors. I'll get cardboard. I'll get a Cricut. Right? I'll get somebody to gather all the information and pictures. And I can put that all together. It's going to look great. It's going to be amazing. Two things. One is you don't have to have that fancy board. You don't, because the stuff that's not showy is more often the more important things, the things that's going to make the difference. And the second thing that I want to point out is putting the stuff on the board is not going to be enough. You see Heather bring that to life, right? The way she talks about it. I promise you, she points at it. She directs people there. Everybody in her company talks about it, looks at it. They work that board. It's not enough to just put the stuff up there. Sometimes you'll hear from somebody that they do this thing and you go and you do the same thing and it falls flat and you can't
work.
Why? It doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't is because you don't bring the meaning. You have to bring the meaning to it. All right. So let's talk about your evaluations a little bit, Heather, because remember I said earlier in this Facebook Live today that anything that you do that's matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy, that brings all four of those, trumps anything that you can do with money. I am not lying when I say anything that you can do with money. And I know there are people out there that would argue with me because they're very money motivated and they feel like that's true. It's not your people. And all human beings are motivated by matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy. We all are. So we do our best when we feel like we matter. We do our best when we feel like there's meaning in the stuff that we're doing. When we know what we're doing and there's a measure there and we can bring ourselves to it. Think about all of the best parts of your life. You're going to see matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy. Look at when you have a problem in an area of your life and you'll see one of those is missing. One of them is missing for you.
Have a good night.
All right. So talk to us about your evaluations, Heather, since we know that those are probably one of the biggest things that you do that bring value and engagement to your people. Tell us how you run them. Tell us like about them. What do they, how do they bring matter, meaning, measure, and autonomy?
Well, what you see today is not how they started out. They started out much different. They evolve constantly. Probably every couple of months, we're adding something else on there or changing something.
Mm-hmm. No, don't tell me about your board.
No, I'm about the eval.
Okay.
No. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is not, it just didn't start off like this. It evolved into this. It like morphed into this.
The different things that you evaluate, you mean?
And what didn't work, what did work, and then how we changed it when it didn't work. Because I'm very good about doing stuff.
Yeah, you are very good at that.
We just kind of got like the basics and how we could measure what they did. I remember being in management my whole life, and I'd have to sit down and do evals, and I hated it because my grammar, is horrible. It's horrendous. I don't know how to spell. I don't know where a period and a comma goes. And I have to sit down, and I'm like, I feel that Liz needs to do this, or I feel Liz, and I didn't want that. I wanted something that it was 100% them, and that's what we sell it on. Like this, your money and what you make here is 100% on you, and let me show you how.
Yeah.
And everything is at their fingertips. They can see it inside any of the main central on their app, on their phone. Like they can see where they're at. And when there's an issue, we oh man, I wish I had my 30-day timer.
Ah, I wish you did
Oh,
too.
go get it, Liz.
It's gonna have it. It's gonna have it in a minute. So the point that she's making here too is that you notice that everything had a number on it. So it's very, very objective. The things that she is evaluating people on is very objective. So we know exactly where the win is and what's not a win. All right, go ahead.
And I want everybody to know where they stand. I don't want you to be taken in for a surprise when you get a very low rate increase because
Yeah.
you already know where you stand. We're going to talk to you all the time.
Yeah.
So this is our 30-day timer.
Yes.
I know it's all pretty. It's Canva. It's really based off of Martha's QDS from a long time ago. I don't even know if she still has this. But what happens when you get a complaint and where you fall in that 30 days? And it's having the counseling session, and it's having the verbal warning and the written warning. And we've had this for years. And let me tell you, years went by and we did nothing with it. It was a piece of paper. So it was a joke. And now we had to reintroduce it back into the business. And that's why it's all nice and pretty and colorful. So people understand, this is how it works. This is how it has to be.
And how's it helping you now that you're using it, Heather?
I think that people, like the staff, knows that we kind of mean business. And when you're not doing your job and there is a large complaint, that how it affects the business and how it ultimately affects you.
So they're able to see that what I just heard is that there's meaning, how it affects the business, matter, how it affects you, right? And then there's also the measurement is very clear because this is exactly how it works. This is what we're measuring and this is how we're measuring it. And how does autonomy play in?
I mean, it's up to you.
It's up to you. You get to do it, not do it. It's up to you. Not, yeah. And so this is a way for those of you that are, you just can't get away from the idea of money, right? You're like, I just have to be able to give people more money somehow. And I just feel like they will like everything better if they have more money, right? Here's a way. So find a way to reward people for what they are doing and bringing to your business in a very, very objective way, but also that brings the matter and the measure. I mean, the matter and the meaning.
I will also say that I've spent so many years and so much money throwing money at people, and it did not do what I needed it to do.
No.
And we've been in business for 12 years, and I think I've just grasped this whole concept probably within the last year.
Yay, nice. Well, I've been preaching it for
sorry.
many years, so. And I want to be clear, when I'm talking about money is not the most important driver. I'm not saying that you don't have to pay your people well. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you do have to pay your people well. They have to be able to feel like they can pay all their bills and they can make ends meet. Until you do that, don't do any of this other stuff because all of this other stuff will fall flat. You have to meet the threshold for a decent paycheck. So I'm not saying, pay people $7 an hour, nothing like that. And that if you add matter, mean, measure in, nope, that won't work because people have to have at least that basic level of appreciation, money appreciation in their lives, especially.
And we never even talked about rewards and incentives.
We're not talking today either. We're not talking about that today because it is 3:00. Heather, you and I could probably talk about this stuff for at least another hour, if not 5 more hours. So I really appreciate you coming on here today and sharing all the stuff. Appreciate the pictures too.
Yeah.
So, y'all.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us here on Smart Business Moves. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.